Buddy Ebsen, one of the most colorful characters in Hollywood history, had 7 children before he died. Even so, all of them remained ignorant about his huge career-threatening controversy at MGM. 20 years after his passing, his daughter Kiki Ebsen was planning a tribute to the old star. In delving into his archived documents, she made a shocking discovery about her old beloved father that left everyone shocked. What is it? Let's find out. On July 6, 2003, Buddy Ebsen took his last breath at Torrance Memorial Medical Center in Torrance, California. At 95 years old, he was blessed to have been surrounded by family when it happened. Officially, the cause of death was ruled as respiratory failure. Try as they might, there was nothing more the doctors could do for the Hollywood legend. At the time, his children didn't think much about their father's death. Sure, it was sad that he was gone, but then he was a very old man. Not many people live to be within touching distance of a century. Rather than be sad he was gone, his family was generally grateful that they had shared all those years together. They buried him at Pacific Crest Cemetery in Redondo Beach, California, and all tried their best to move on. 20 years later, his daughter, Kiki Ebsen, a singer-songwriter, was thinking of ways to progress in her creative life. Suddenly, she had a brilliant idea. Why not make a tribute to her father? Why not make a show about his personal and professional life? Even though he was an old Hollywood legend, not a lot of young people knew about Buddy Ebsen's exploits. To Kiki, this tribute was a way to keep Buddy's memory as an actor alive, while still honoring his life as a father. It was a perfect idea. However, the problem is, Kiki was born in 1968, when her dad was in the second phase of his 7-decade career. There was a whole lot about him that she did not know. Thankfully, Buddy was always smart about keeping his old diaries, songbooks, and photographs. If Kiki had more questions about her father, the answers resided inside his memorabilia. When Kiki went through her father's stuff, she discovered a whole lot about him that made her jaw drop. Sure, he was a loving old man, but there was an entire aspect of him that she had been ignorant of. Delving deeper and deeper into his stuff, Kiki found the hidden pieces that completed the puzzle of Buddy's life. Finally, fans and critics alike have a clear picture of what went down at MGM all those years ago. It's quite interesting that the role that Buddy Ebsen is most famous for is one that he did not appear in. When The Wizard of Oz was released in 1949, it was an industry-transforming instant classic. While movie fans were enthralled by the motion picture, they had little idea of the behind-the-scenes turmoil that had led to its creation. A turmoil that involved an infamous battle between Louis B. Mayer, the head of MGM, and Buddy Ebsen. Perhaps, Mayer thought that Ebsen was just another trap that he could bully. But little did he know that Buddy Ebsen had seen his fair share of hardship. Ebsen, born in Belleville, Illinois in 1908, had grown up as a choreographer and fitness enthusiast. When the family moved to Florida, he had it in his head to become a doctor. Unfortunately, his family got caught in the collapse of the Florida land boom, causing him to drop out of college at age 20. From there, young Buddy Ebsen had to find other ways to provide for his family. With only $26.75 in his pocket, Buddy moved to New York City to work as a dancer. His first couple of appearances were with his sisters at supper clubs and vaudeville theaters. As a group, they were so good that they were dubbed the Baby Astairs. But even so, Buddy soon set himself apart from the rest. Using his knowledge of physical fitness, he moved his body in ways that no one had seen before. Pretty soon, Buddy was beginning to get huge solo gigs, especially in Hollywood. The entire industry was going through a musical craze, and great dancers like Buddy were very, very welcome. One of his first movie roles was Broadway Melody of 1938, alongside Judy Garland. Buddy also appeared in Born to Dance, Captain January, alongside Shirley Temple, and The Girl of the Golden West. When Walt Disney saw these films, he was so entranced by Buddy's movement that he invited him to his studio to dance for him personally. There, Disney recorded Buddy's moves and later copied them when making the Mickey Mouse animated shorts in his company's Silly Symphonies. Those cartoons would later on become iconic, but Buddy's contribution to them would not be well known until much, much later. In 1938, Louis B. Mayer wanted to sign Buddy to an exclusive studio contract. That was the norm at the time. Talented actors would sign for studios, and then the studios would decide every single thing about their lives. Unfortunately for Mayer, he had miscalculated. After confidently telling Buddy that he would own him, Buddy replied, "I'll tell you what kind of fool I am. Nobody owns me." Mayer then threatened to blacklist him for the rest of his Hollywood career. For a while, things between Ebsen and Mayer cooled off. And then came The Wizard of Oz, a color film. This was going to be MGM's biggest musical yet. If they needed it to be successful, then of course they needed the best dancers. Reluctantly, Mayer cast Ebsen into the role of the Scarecrow. But while Ebsen thought his career was about to take off, he could not be more wrong. Ebsen was excited to reunite with the young starlet Judy Garland, so much so that he started writing the songs he would sing as the Scarecrow. But then, suddenly, Mayer changed his role. He was now going to have to start his preparation from scratch as the Tin Man. What happened was that powerful Hollywood agent, William Morris, appeared on set and declared that his client, Ray Bolger, would be the Scarecrow instead. Though Buddy wanted to fight this, Mayer did not care for his concerns at all. For Ebsen, life as the Tin Man was a living hell, mainly because of the extensive makeup he had to sit through. To complete the look, the studio sprayed his hands with aluminum powder. This melted under the bright hot movie lights and got inside Buddy's body through his nose. Once inside his body, it unmelted and solidified, coating his lungs in aluminum metal. This procedure was not just frustrating to Buddy, but was actively harmful to him. Again and again, Buddy tried to warn Mayer about the harmful makeup, but Mayer did not care one bit. 10 days later, Buddy woke up in the middle of the night, struggling to breathe. He was rushed to the emergency room in an ambulance. He stayed there for 2 weeks under an oxygen tank and had to take another 6 weeks to recover. Of course, by then, the Wizard of Oz ship had sailed. By the time Buddy was fit, Jack Haley was recast into the role of the Tin Man. The studio even went so far as to change the makeup procedure for his benefit. Mayer made sure to use the songs that Ebsen had already recorded for the role. Other than that, the only thing Ebsen got was a chronic respiratory weakness. In fact, Ebsen grew to hate the movie so much that he often referred to it as that damned movie. Despite his health problems, Ebsen went on to have a long and storied career. As a matter of fact, he outlived all the major cast members of the movie. Even though his career as a major movie star never quite took off, he was embraced by the golden age of TV. He got starring roles in 2 hit shows. The first was The Beverly Hillbillies. The second was Barnaby Jones. His 7 children aside, Ebsen was a father to a great many actors and actresses, especially since he was cast into fatherly and patriarchal roles in his TV years. One actress who served as a TV daughter to him was Donna Douglas on The Beverly Hillbillies. Even though Donna hated the role, Buddy created a wonderful environment on set for her to thrive in. Without Kiki Ebsen's exploration of her father's past, the truth about him would likely have never emerged. Thanks to Louis B. Mayer, he would always have been seen as a difficult person to work with. Now though, we know that the image of Buddy Ebsen was anything but that. Indeed, he is closer to the warm and fatherly roles that he portrayed in his later years. Buddy Ebsen was a legend of Hollywood history, and he should be celebrated as such. Not just for his contributions as Ted Clampett and Barnaby Jones, but for his contributions to Mickey Mouse and the Wizard of Oz as well. If you enjoyed this video, there's a good chance you'll enjoy the one showing on your screen right now. Click, enjoy, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you on the next one.